When people ask me what I am afraid of, I answer them the future and the technology. You too should be afraid of the future technologies. Can you see this thing? It's the SIM card that empowers your phone connectivity. You can see it today, but I cannot see it in the future. Know why? Because of the Starlink. Well, there are many technologies that really excites me and of course many other people across the globe. And certainly among all these technologies, one thing that is really going to disrupt the way we are living in the whole world is the Starlink network. Or more precisely, the Elon Musk Starlink network is somehow a satellite-based internet services. A satellite-based internet services that are literally going to compete with our existing fiber-based internet services that we are using within our homes, within our offices, or maybe around us. The low orbiting satellite that Elon Musk and his company has been testing for quite some time is commercially launched in different areas in the US, and people are literally using it, and the reports and even the people who are the early customers are reporting that it is ranging up to around 100 or 150 Mbps. So there is technically literally going to I cannot imagine how it is going to disrupt our lives, because I'd literally want to work and want to live in a hill station, but the domain that I'm engaged in, like the technology domain, I'm literally dependent on the high-speed internet, a more reliable internet, and that is of course only available in metropolitan cities. We are living in metropolitan cities just because of certain things that we cannot get in all these areas, and internet is one of the most important things because food and all other stuffs are literally available almost everywhere, and of course can be made available, but internet and of course electricity, the power, is something that cannot be made available in certain location like hill station on the top of a hill. So if we look towards how that is going to change our lives, is because what I'm assuming in the future is we might not be restricting our offices to the metropolitan cities. There are many issues in the metropolitan cities. We are living in a city. We are all living in cities where there is a noise pollution, there is so much air pollution, and there are numerous issues, but of course health issues. But of course we have to live here, like there is no other option. So the way it is going to disrupt the world is, of course, we would be scattering over these larger areas. Of course, our offices would need to move towards far-flung areas from the cities, and still gaining a highly reliable and fast internet connectivity. What literally I have been thinking at the moment was this smartphone is actually it has become an important part of our lives. But what if tomorrow Huawei, Samsung and all the cell phone manufacturing companies, Apple, start producing a built-in chips within these phones that are connected with the Starlink network? Just imagine how disrupting it would be, how disrupt it would our lives in the world. What if it happens, this phone would literally be having a 24/7 connectivity, and a connectivity that won't be restricted by anybody. Nobody can restrict that connectivity. Like you won't be your government won't be able to restrict certain websites or certain accesses, or connectivity shut down that we are experiencing in Pakistan at the moment continuously. So and this would happen across the globe. Even if you are in Pakistan, if you are in another country like Dubai, US or UK or wherever, you would be having the same connectivity, the same speed and the same reliability using this single phone. At the moment, we of course, if we move towards another country, we have to switch between the telecom operators. We have to use different SIMs to remain connected with our with our family and friends. So if this happens, I believe we are not going to have the telecom companies in the future, and we won't be needing the SIM, the SIM connections, and of course we won't be needing all these recharge and so many other factors that are being limited towards at this moment for these smartphones. So that is literally going to disrupt the world in a way that I don't know, but as early as 2026 or 2027, I cannot see the telecom companies, the traditional telecom companies or the traditional internet service providers, of course. We won't be needing all these fiber lines in our houses and our offices. We just need a small antenna that is, on the rooftop of our homes, and of course that is going to power up the internet. And not just that, but of course maybe the signals would get this stronger that we even inside our buildings would be able to access the high-speed internet of Starlink, because the Starlink at the moment is already competing much with our current existing fiber network. The latencies have been highly reduced. This satellite internet technology is not something very new, but what revolution the Starlink company made is they actually start rotating the satellites in a low orbit that are quite near to the Earth, and they actually made the latencies much lower. We were already having satellite internet, but the latencies were much higher. Latency, in a simple word, is the packet travel time. The things that we are accessing on our phone needs to go towards our connectivity channel, and from that connectivity channel they needs to go to its destination, and this back and forth process and this back and forth transportation time is actually the latency in the internet world. So and just because they are rotating in a low orbit, the latencies have been reduced highly. The traditional telecom companies have already been on a natural death, because we have already started and we have already moved much towards the communication mobile application. If you imagine your life routine, how many times you use the traditional SMS to communicate with your friends and family, or even for the business purposes? Of course, maybe less than 10%, right? We highly rely on WhatsApp, on WeChat or Facebook Messenger and many other communication-based application. So the telecom companies have already been through a very hard time. The traditional telephonic calls have been on a decline. The traditional SMS have been on a decline. And of course, when it comes to the internet connectivity, they have been relying on a 3G, 4G, but they are getting a very tough time in the 3G, 4G as well, because we have the fiber connectivity in our surrounding, and most of the time we have to rely on Wi-Fi and for connectivity purposes. So this is happening in Pakistan and of course across the globe as well, but technically inside Pakistan telecom industry, this is the mere situation that they are suffering and they are passing through a bit hard time.